Okay. Here it is. Our next block. I have no idea what it's called. Okay. So my granddaughter had my phone earlier, and hey Miss Brenda, when I got my phone back from her, all of my app thingies were like, oh thanks, that's from yesterday though. Hang on, I got the I'm getting there. Hey Miss Roberta, welcome back. Give me a second here. This is our block today. So it just depends on what you cut for your squares, whether you cut them 24 of one and 28 of the other, which ones were which. If you did the 28, then the outside is what your 28 are going to look like. And then the 24 is what the inside looks like. I didn't tell you which ones to do because you kind of have to have a pretty one. Oh, you did see it. Okay, good. Good. What, was it on the front? Oh, it must have been on the front. Okay, okay. So just as we were... All right. Come on, Kiki. And so she has to walk right through every single cord on the floor because that one's harder to get through. Sorry, my dog. She just decided to come join me. Okay. So that is another one that was given to me, sent to me by one of you guys. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. When I first saw it, I was like, I wasn't too sure. So I took it apart and figured out how to do it. In fact, hang on, I'll go get the original block. So this was the original block sent to me. And isn't that beautiful? I love it in those colors. But then I was like, well, what if we did the darker color on the outside and the lighter color, you know, the accent on the inside instead of using the outside accent on the outside. So that's what that one looks like. And I think when I did the other one over here, or I think I cut it out so that in fact, I probably need to count that just to make sure that the 28, because you want to make sure you have them right, the 28 on the outside. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I did the 24 for the accents and then the 28 for the jelly roll. And I picked one color. You can pick many colors, it doesn't matter. Hey, Miss Janice. I was just telling them about okay, come on. Thing keeps moving around on me. I was just telling them about the block you sent to me. Hang on. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Anyway, so I was telling them about the block you sent to me, and that's what we have in the back, is the block you sent to me. And I did the dissecting on it, like I usually do. And for whatever reason, that is all funkified. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm working on another mask. Struggling with another mask. The pleated ones go very, very quickly. I can do those, like I did these, you know, in no time. I added these to the edge because I noticed that if this edge is smaller, and it actually stitched on a whole lot easier when I had these little pieces on the end. I just don't have any extra of this color, so I couldn't match it up. But the pleated, it just went so much easier when I did that. And of course I have my little nose piece right here. And so these are the ones I give to the hospital because I think they like those kind. But I was trying to do something with the bands. Hey, Miss Jeannie, welcome. So I was trying to do something with the bands, and this one went through my sewing machine pretty easy, and usually these things get stuck. Well, when I got to this one, it didn't go. It didn't go easy at all. It got stuck. So I had to find another way to do it. So I added this little extra piece of fabric on there, and of course the fabric made it go through a lot smoother. But still, I get so frustrated with that sometimes because I can't seem to get it to be consistent. Quick question, do you need 1 or 2 jelly rolls for this project? This project, absolutely, if you're going to go to number 20, is going to take 2 jelly rolls, okay? If you're only going to go to 1 to 12 or only use 12 of the 20 blocks, then yeah, you can get away with 1. But if you decide to do all of them, then you're definitely going to need 2 jelly rolls. And make sure you have extra accent colors, and it wouldn't even hurt if you had a few extra jelly roll colors. If they just have a few, you can like buy separately. Hey, Miss Kathy, welcome, welcome. So glad you're on today, and so many people on early. Thank you. Woohoo. Okay, I'm trying to clean up here a little bit. I got my stuff from last night. By the way, guys, thank you so much. I had so much fun on the class last night. That was fun. What did you guys think? Did you guys have fun? Was it entertaining as well as informational? For me, that's kind of a big issue. I want it to be informational, but I want you to have fun too. So how was it last night? Did we do okay? Did we not cause a whole lot of ruckus? Sometimes I think, you know, we put way too much information out there, and you guys are probably like on information overload thinking, really? Really? Did we really need to know that? Oh, good. Thank you, Miss Brenda. I'm glad you loved it. I know I did. I had a blast. You know, sometimes if you're not around people a whole lot, you don't really get to know them, and you have this preconceived idea of who they are. Maybe they said one thing or had a look on their face, and so you kind of get this idea, okay, well, you know, she's this or she's that. But when you get an opportunity to sit with them and learn and talk and listen to them talk, you find out so much more about them. And usually they're a lot more likable than you think. So I did enjoy that. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Now, I really think this block will actually go rather quickly. But let me see if I remember. We need to do 16 half square triangles. Let me recount that just to make sure. What did I do with that other? Here it is. Okay. Let me recount it because I didn't, I actually didn't write that down anywhere. Yep, 16. We need 16 half square triangles. So basically, split off your fabrics to 16 and 16. Hey, Miss Sheila. Welcome back. So, guys, probably in the next couple of days, we're going to have a whole new set of clappers or pressing bars. I will get them loaded up onto my Etsy so you can take a look at them and see if there's one you'd like. Because Miss Sheila, or not Miss Sheila, I'm so sorry, Miss Janice, who makes them for me, or I sell them for, she usually does a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different fabrics, so there's really some neat ones. The last one that just went out was the one that had looked like tape measure all over it, and it's gorgeous. And of course, y'all know mine that I can't seem to let go of is this one, and I love this one. So this one is mine. Oh, good, Miss Brenda. I'm so glad you're loving it. I know last night I was pressing all the seams open. First I wasn't gonna, and then I did. I started pressing the seams open, and I was like, man, I don't know what I did before I had mine. And you love your board too? Great! I know, aren't they just so cool? And the board she's talking about, just in case, you know, somebody's not aware, it's these little ironing boards. I love my ironing board. I got it at one of our retreats, not retreat, I'm sorry. One of our expos that the Manatee Patchwork Workers put on. It was one of our vendors, and she had these, and it's the first time I'd ever seen one. And I thought, wow, it is so cool. It's got that whole shape like an ironing board. And so I got one. I splurged. I spent the money on it at the time, and it was $20. And I bought it, and I have loved it ever since. In fact, I had to finally replace the cover because I completely stained up my cover with all the stuff. I even rested my drinks on it sometimes. Had trouble getting in again today. Facebook doesn't like. I am so sorry, Miss Sheila. I wish I knew the answer to that, but I don't. I don't know why sometimes people can get right in and some people can't. Well, welcome. Well, I already started. Got my thread all over me already. Whew. That's okay. By the end of the day, I'm usually covered from, you know, top of my shoulders all the way down to my shorts because thread just hangs on like crazy. Okay, so we are going to make a couple changes, and I just need to make sure you guys are okay with this. I was speaking to one of y'all on the phone today, and she said that I should take more than 1 day off per week. I should actually take two days off. So I want to find out if you're okay with it. I'm thinking of doing Sundays and Mondays. What do you think? Should we do Sunday and Monday, Sunday and Saturday? Now, if you like going 6 days a week, you just let me know, and we'll just keep going for 6 days a week. And we'll try to keep this going until after the whole COVID thing is over so that we have each other to talk to. But kind of weigh in a little bit and tell me what you think. There's 4, 8, 12, and 16. Which leaves 24, I think. Miss Faye says yes. Miss Debbie. Hey, Miss Debbie, welcome back. Miss Debbie says yes. I assume that you mean yes, you're okay with me taking an extra time off, and Monday and Sunday is good. Miss Brenda says I agree. Thank you, thank you. You guys are so wonderful. I absolutely love you guys. And would help if I could see. So I got 2, 4, 6, 8. And my husband's sticking his face in there. Mwah, love ya. I'm sure Miss Sheila would like me to say hello to my hubby. She always greets my hubby. 2, 4, and 8 more makes 16, which should leave me 28. 16, 12 more. Okay. Thank you, Miss Kathy. Thank you. Yes, Miss Jeannie. Every once in a while, you just need a break. I love doing this. It's only an hour a day. It is like smack dab in the middle of the day, but it seems to be the best time for everybody, including myself. So I figure, like another, between the card people trying to sell you more cards, the insurance, let's see, what is it, the people with the cars, your car's about to expire, your car warranty is about to expire. I hear from them every day. And of course, I've won $5 million. I hear them every day too. Every day. Okay, I'll try not to go down that rabbit hole again. Anyways, okay, so what we're gonna do, make time for you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Roberta. And I can't wait till we can make time for each other, when we can go and visit and have fun, and maybe you go some lunch. Doesn't matter what days you need time for you and your family. Give my boyfriend. I knew it. I knew she was gonna say kiss my hubby for her. And as long as it's me kissing him, I don't mind. I'll give him all the kisses and hugs you guys send. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do those half square triangles. Now last night I was able to like whiz right through these, and guess what? I'm going to sit down. Yay! And I need to tilt my camera down just a little bit more. My angle's a little bit different than it has been. Y'all see my little pattern over here? Okay, so I'm going to try and sit down today, just for a little bit. I haven't decided if I like it. It's a stool that swivels, but I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I don't mind trying other chairs, as long as it's not a hindrance, which right now I'd like to toss it out the window. There, let's see. Is that any better? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. If I don't like it, I'll change it. Okay. This is easy enough. Half square triangles, right side, wrong side. Put your right sides together, and then we're going to stitch right down the center. Okay. Well, I can't seem to grab a hold of it. So last night when I did this, it actually went together very quickly. I don't know if I want that one. Okay, we'll use that one anyways. Am I on a straight stitch? Yes, I am. And my dog is going to start snoring here. I can just tell. And I'm going to turn that down because I got it turned up way up for masks. Alrighty. I want to sew with my peeps. Aww. Our goat has a treat coming up in June. Hopefully we can still go. Oh, I know. Our retreat is coming up in September. Now, if for some reason you guys have an opportunity in September to come, it'll be the 10th through the 13th. 4 days. We of course stay at the retreat area that we're at, and so if you guys are available in September from the 10th through the 13th, please consider coming. We should have the applications right on the Manatee Patchworkers site. All right, where did I have a tissue up here? There it is. I did take my sinus pill today, so I'm hoping that it'll kick in real soon. So we'll have that up on there. And what we are going to do is we're going to just flip everything from the spring retreat over to the fall retreat, because we were having a 4-day, just day, not nights, and for our retreat. And of course that got canceled because of the virus. So now everything has just been switched over to our fall retreat. We have everything ready for that. So there's really not even a whole lot for us to do. The ladies, the wonderful ladies from the spring retreat got it all ready. But it seems a shame to let it go to waste. So we're more than happy to use that for our fall retreat. But I'm excited. After everything we've been through, I am so ready. I am so ready for this. Coming. And this one really, the back and the front look almost exactly alike. I mean, usually you can see a difference, but if there is, it's very hard to see because the front and the back look so much alike. We are going to be pressing, and I will say that pressing the seams open is definitely going to be a huge benefit, so be prepared to use your clapper or your pressing bar, whatever you want to call it. So I was out making a delivery today. I only had one delivery. So I was out making a delivery today and stopped at McDonald's. It's been like forever since I've had McDonald's, or at least since last week. And I'll tell you, eating at home, as much as we have been, it's like a new experience. What do y'all think? And just trying to keep up with the amount of food that everybody's eating. I'll tell you what though, we definitely are not hurting for snacks. My husband likes his snacks. I don't know, I think I almost like standing up better. Oh, I have more strain on my foot trying to keep myself on this turntable chair than I ever did standing up. This chair that I'm sitting on is actually the chair from my portrait studio when I was in South Carolina. So it's kind of got a lot of memories, this chair does. I photographed a lot of babies and children and parents and anniversaries, birthdays, you name it. I have photographed. I have even photographed a funeral once. Not my favorite thing to do, and if I didn't really love the people I was doing it for, I would have never done it. Tension is way up there. I can tell it's pulling on my fabric. Probably ought to reset my tension again. My grandbaby's up and watching TV. She loves that, oh, what's the one with the owlet and all them? I can't remember these shows. Too many of them. I think I might cut that square a little bit cockeyed. tilt my iron so it'll come back on, so it'll be ready for me because I'm almost done with these. I got about 4 more to go. Yeah, after I did this, I realized that I could have done this not with squares, but we could have used about 3 or 4 sets of rectangles. But you know what? It's okay. We're doing good. But that definitely would have saved us a little bit of fabric. Not much, but a little bit. I just know that the more seams you have, the greater the chance of something getting misaligned. And so I usually like to try to cut out the seams as much as possible, but we want to stay as true to a jelly roll as possible. So hopefully in the next day or 2 I should have the cutting instructions, or not the instructions, but because that'll come daily, but the fabric requirements for the next fun set of sessions, which, if I haven't already mentioned it, I think we've agreed on doing the log cabin next. And it's not going to be necessarily in jelly rolls. It'll be fabric, and you'll have to decide the best way to cut the fabric so that you can make the most out of your fabric. My phone keeps telling me about a software fabric update, and I'm like, not now, software update for my phone. Not now, I can't do it. But it was supposed to be at 2 a.m. Not right now. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna come over here. Okay, let's tilt this back up again. See, now I need a bar that tilts up. One that's down and then one that goes this way. So I got the one that goes this way, now I need one that goes like this. I'll have to get my husband on that. Oh, I have got to take pictures and show you. He went over to his friend's house. I was telling you that he went over there to make me some shelves for my bolts of fabric. Because I've got some more fabric coming in, and I got all this fabric kind of not laying around, but anyways, I just don't have enough shelf space. And so he went over to his friend's house the last couple of days and made me 3 more shelves, and I rearranged it a little bit so that I have like aisles to walk down now. So I'm so excited. It looks so good. I actually got to spend some time working on it and figuring it out. So okay, turn that this way. Now what we're going to do is, I won at Bobbin Chicken last night. I won. Miss Jeannie, you're gonna have to tell me what Bobbin Chicken is. Bobbin Chicken. That sounds very interesting. Sounds like something I need to hear about. Bobbin. I was playing bingo. I didn't win bingo. Y'all saw my bingo card. I had like 3 or 4 areas where I was almost down or across, and I was missing one. Like finish a UFO. I don't think I've actually finished a UFO yet. I don't think this counts as a UFO. This is from where my fabric got bunched up underneath my very, very tight tension. Now, don't forget, if you're starting late on this, no big deal, because all you have to do is go back. You should be able to find all the cutting instructions from number 1 all the way to, we're up to 19, right on my SRQ site. It's the only place to find them, other than maybe my Instagram. You might be able to find them on my Instagram. My Instagram is SRQ Quilter. My Etsy is Robbalee SRQ Quilter. Robbalee, R-O-B-B-A-L-E-E, SRQ Quilter. About 2 inches left when I stop. That's Bobbin Chicken trying to stop. Trying to complete your seam without running out. Oh my gosh, I love playing that game. That's like my favorite game. So apparently what Bobbin Chicken is, which I guess I kind of should have figured that one out. Bobbin Chicken is where you get the indicator on your sewing machine, And you guys probably already know about this. I'd never heard of it before. Oh, sorry, guys. I haven't worn a tank top during these live sessions, so this is my first time. I'm just kind of looking to see how bad it's doing. You know how it is. One bra strap tries to slide down the whole time. Anyway, so you got your bobbin in there, and you got an indicator that's telling your bobbin that you're about to run out. And the next thing you know, you're trying to make it to the very end. Sorry, my light was in the wrong place. You're trying to make it to the very end of your project before you run out of bobbin. I play that all the time. It's about 50-50 for me. About 50% of the time, sorry, my cord's getting in my way. About 50% of the time I can make it, and then there's 50% of the time I don't make it. Okay, so we're going to check it and just make sure that these are going to flip over for us. Because, you know, sometimes, especially if you're stitching it and it's wobbling a little bit, let me tilt you down here so you can watch me. And I'm going to get that out of the way so I can see. So some of the time as you're stitching, maybe somebody distraction, suddenly it's doing this. And if you don't check to make sure that that it goes to the other corner without a lot of edging like this. I know we've talked about it before, but I'm just going to show you again. So you just want to make sure. So that way we know that we can go ahead and cut that off, and we don't need to use it as a guide. And if you just kind of press it down a little bit, it'll tell you which side you're going to press it down to, because I can guarantee if one side fits, the other side won't. See, now that side does not work. So let's flip it around and let's check the other side. Yep, see, much better. So one side will work and one side won't. My hands are so dry that I can barely get this. I can barely get my hands on that. Okay. Back to work. Good. Sometimes you can look at the seam and see where it's at between the point to point and know whether or not one side is going to work and one side won't. In fact, last night, all I did is I went through with my rotary cutter and just hacked everything off, just going by what I saw as far as the seam across the center. And thankfully, I hit them all right. Now, if you're comfortable with going in and just hacking away at the seam, please go right ahead. But this is for those of us who sometimes find that we have messed it up just a little bit, and we want to make sure that they're all right before we start hacking away at those seams. Now, you could leave the seams on, but I don't know if I'd recommend that either. Seeing that tension was so tight that I'm glad I don't backstitch on these. That is also, by the way, going to affect whether or not the square stays a square. Because if the tension's too tight, then what happens is it sucks those edges in. And that part ticks me off because I can't believe I forgot to check my tension. Look at that. See? That's what happens when your tension isn't proper. In fact, I think I'm going to just take out that stitch right there. There. And then when I iron it over, it should be fine, and then the other seam will take it up when I come across it. So I'm not going to worry about going back and making sure that it's stitched over. Okay. Yep, that's better. So it wouldn't hurt to have a little checklist right by your sewing machine before you start stitching. You know, check this. Are you on zigzag? Do you have the right foot on? What's your tension? You know, things like that. And oftentimes I feel like I miss opportunities to make sure that I have it straight by just jumping on this machine and sewing at it. There's my 2 sneezes for the day. Nope, not good. Yep, there we go. I need to go turn that down. That is just way too loud. All right, give me just a quick second, guys. I'll be right back. May. Apparently it's Puppy Pals. I always forget the name of that one. But she loves that one. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to raise this table up. It's way too low for right now. I know, I feel like if you see my shorts and you know what color shorts they are. Oh, thank you, Roberta. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and trim those off. Actually, where's my rotary cutter? Let me try. All right, so we're just gonna hack those right off of there. And again, as you can tell, I'm really not doing a 1/4 inch seam here. I'm just gonna run across there because the 1/4 inch seam is not that important, not for this. Just make sure you're taking off the right side, the correct side. Yeah, I think I was trying to play chicken bobbin last night. Bobbin chicken last night. Working on the that class with you guys, and I was like, yeah, that's not working out so well. So I just had to go ahead and stop, and wow, I actually had to wind bobbins. Can you believe it? Talk about poor timing. Okay. Take a few minutes. Let's go ahead and iron these open real quick. So Miss Sheila, I had to go back. I found my starch spray, which I knew where it was. It's over there. It was over on the, over there. Anyways, and I went and got it, and of course I knew it. It's been so long since I messed with it. It was all clogged up, so I ran it under some hot water and cleaned out the spray nozzle part. But here, and of course, now I can't find, oh, there it is. It's right here. This is the one I use that has my 50-50 or 2-to-1 water versus the stay something stuff you get from Walmart. I had to actually order it, and it came in a box, and of course I said this side up and it was upside down, and so the inside of the box had some of the starch had leaked out. So anyways, though, there was still plenty of starch in that bottle. Alright, what I like about this is when we go to iron this down, those ears are already gone because we cut off the back side. So it already makes the nice little pretty ears cut off because of the way we cut it. And if we used a little bit of starch right now, it would make that that square nice and stiff, so it's easier to work with. So May had another meltdown last night when it was time for bed. Of course, kids never holler and scream when they are told they have to go to bed. Usually she's really, really easy to work with, really easy to put to bed. But I think she's getting to a point where she's just missing her mom and doesn't understand why her mom can't come back. No, Roberta, the spray bottle didn't come with it. I actually bought my bottles on Wish. Wish had a whole bunch of them that they were selling for, like, you know, pennies or whatever it is, you know, just pay shipping, or, you know, $2 and pay shipping. And by the time you're done paying shipping, you know, and not that it's a lot, because the shipping fees really aren't that bad. But I bought 2 of them. I bought that black one right there, and I think I bought 2 black ones and 2 white ones. The taller white one, which is the one I keep water in. So this is my water one, and I love this. What it is these have this continuous thing. So when you pull the handle, it sprays a mist in a continuous spray. And if you don't want a long spray, then you just pull it halfway. And I love those bottles. I just saw them. They've like just come out with these not that long ago. And now the air freshener people use them, which is kind of cool. So it's more of a mist instead of a spray, which I like because I hate it when those sprays get stuff everywhere. But I found them on Wish. I do order quite a bit of things on Wish. Not right now, but when things were better, I ordered a lot on Wish. But the trick to Wish is, with Wish, you have to be willing to not be in a hurry for it. It can sometimes take 4 to 6 weeks. In fact, I did have one thing that never came, which they refunded me my money. And I appreciated that because it was the first time anything like that ever happened. It was actually a pair of shoes. And they went ahead and refunded me my money, but it was past like the 60 days or 90 days. I just kept waiting, thinking, okay, it's going to come, and it never did. And it still hasn't ever shown up at my door. But normally they are really, really good about getting it to you. It just takes a while. So it can take sometimes a month, month and a half. But they have some really good prices on stuff. And I'd say most of the stuff is pretty decent. I mean, you know, you're thinking that, you know, stuff from China is usually junk, and most of the stuff I've gotten from them is pretty good. And then some of it is from local. Well, local as far as the United States. So I think some other companies closer to home are also picking up on that. But you get some pretty neat things at pretty good prices. Like you can even buy one of those plastic domes. Yeah, Febreze started using them. I know the Febreze that they used to use was the, well, they're a lot harder to open probably, but yeah, actually I have a Febreze, hang on. Yeah, Febreze didn't used to look like this. They, I don't know how long ago they started doing that, but whatever they started doing, I like it. I like those little Mr. bottles a whole lot better. Okay, here's what you can do. There are one, two, three, four. There are 4 sections that have, maybe we should just wait and do them together. I don't want to confuse us. Okay, first row. I'm going to lay out the first row. First row is, this one is your 28. This one is your 24. Okay? Is this making sense? So, using this. This color right here are the 28s. Okay? And this one are the 24s. So this one for me is going to be this one right here, okay? And this one is going to be this one up here, okay? So all my lights are going to be on the inside and my darks are going to be on the outside. Yours may be opposite, that's okay. Go with that, okay? So what we're going to do is this first one is going to be a dark, that's 2 squares together, right? Yep, 2 squares together. And then this one, and this one, okay? So a dark, and again, it's whichever one you have for your 28s. So your 28s are going to go like this, okay? So a 28, a 28, and then your half square triangle. You understand what I'm saying when I say 28? Whichever one that you cut for number 28 squares, 28, 28 half square triangles. Tilted up like this. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, so I'm going to put this down. I'm actually going to angle this so you can see it. And then we're going to put this one together here and pin the sides together. And trust me, last night I had to take out 2 of these glasses. I had 2 or 3 of these I had to take apart because I actually turned them the wrong way. And then when I looked back, I was like, okay, well, I've messed this up completely. Okay, and then these 2 are going to be together. Yep. And remember, you still need to try to match up these seams right here. Where these seams are at, you need to make sure they match up. I think May's out there helping Grandpa work in the garden. That's so sweet. Okay. Gotta make sure I got these lined up right. Throw that one up there and throw this one together. Okay, let me 28 and 24. Okay, I know that's still going to be backwards to you, but there we go. 28 squares, 24 squares. Okay, so kind of have 2 stacks, one with 28 of them and one with 24. And I know the half square triangles kind of messed up the amounts, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying, right? Please say yes. Thought it looked like a fruit. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's go ahead and stitch these together. And I'm going to put my proper foot back on because, come on, I can't even grab it. Have you guys ever used the nails that, the nail cover, it's not nail polish, I should go get it and show it to you, but the nail polish that's actually a stick-on? I did something on the internet the other day. It's actually with a family member. And she sells these things, and I just happened to be on there when she was on, so I bought a pack of them, and I really felt like it was so cute because the color was hue do hue. You know how sometimes when I was telling you that my daughter Nicole, one of her favorite sayings is "you do you boo." I love that. I laugh. But so when I saw that she had that color, I went ahead and bought it, kind of in commemoration of my daughter. I don't know if that's the right word for it because she's still living, thanks God. But I haven't put them on yet, and I'm considering whether or not I even want to try it. But they have such interesting colors, I know it's $8 for like one little application thing, but with all the different designs they have on, you can't get that out of a can of thing of paint, fingernail polish. Jar of fingernail polish. Yeah, I know the word. Oh, y'all, I have trouble with nouns. They escape me sometimes. I remember watching an episode of House, and he actually had a word for it, a terminology for someone who has difficulty remembering nouns. And I had to laugh because I thought, that's me. That's me. I have that little condition right there. Whatever it is, I got it. Okay. Got my ironing board, got my clapper. Now we're going to go ahead and iron these seams open real quick. We're going to do each row one at a time. We're just going to go ahead and do each row as we go. We're not going to try and do a bunch together because unless you can really keep good track of what we're doing. And I actually meant to send you a copy of this on your phone so that you could that you would have a copy. And I completely spaced out on that. So if you would like a copy of this design, which all I did is I took a picture of this square right here, this block. But if you would like a copy of it, let me know and I will email it to you, Facebook it to you. I'll put it right on Facebook, whatever you want, and I'll get it done to you. Okay. All right, so we've got this ironed open. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this here. And then we're going to attach one to each side. And then as we make each row, then we're just going to go back and we're going to go ahead and connect up the rows. And then second one. Can y'all hear my chimes in the background? I have, every year at the Hunsader's farm, they do an October thing. And every year when I'm there, they have this one booth that sells these chimes made out of bottles. And every year I have to get me one. And right now I have about 4 or 5 of them around my yard. I don't know what my neighbors think. They're probably ready to kick my tail, but I love the way these chimes sound. They just have such a nice sound to them. Again, I don't think my neighbors think so, but fortunately they've never complained. Do I give you my email here? No, Debbie, do me a favor and private message me. So find a way to send me a private message through here and do it that way, or send it to my email, srqquilter@gmail.com. That's srqquilter@gmail.com. Send me your email and I will, I'll send it to you. I don't want you to put your email out here on Facebook for the whole world to see. Then you'll wind up getting all kinds of things you just don't want. All right, Miss Brenda, I'll get you one. In fact, I think I can send that right now. Hang on, let me go ahead and yeah, not so much. Oh, there we go. Debbie, I think I don't have your email. Go ahead and send me your email anyways, but I'm going to send this to you. I have it through my pages here. And then Brenda. Anybody else, just go ahead and chime up right now and I will send it right to you, especially if we've had conversations through here, then I can do it that way. And I actually have I have a business phone, which is what I use for my videos for the for these, and then I have my personal phone, which all that means is just that I'm able to send and receive stuff while we're on here because I don't have to interrupt this just to do it. Plus, I also have a tablet, and my tablet is how I see all my conversations. My tablet's over here, and that's why you always see me looking down over here because that's where all the conversations come in at. Okay, so our first row is done. This is going to be the very top. And if you look at the one up here, it's sideways. Okay, so it would look like this. Okay, actually, let me turn that because that's going to bother me. Okay, there we go. There. Now when I'm referring to it, you can actually see it. So that is the top one, and that's what this one looks like, is the top of this. So now, sorry. So now we're going to do the next row. All right, so I'm going to put this right here so you can see it. All right, so the next row we're going to need another, I'm going to call it a 28. Because again, I don't know what what part you've worked with. And then you're going to have a square right here. And then we're going to have 2 squares together. The 24s right there. And then this one right there. And then this one right there. And if it helps you to lay them out like this, go at it. Have at it. And then we're going to put them together like this. The first 2 and then the next 2. I hope Grandpa doesn't overdo himself out there. Always makes me worry when he's out there working in this heat. But he's usually pretty good. If he starts to get hot or tired, he just comes in. Okay. We have storms here today. I keep losing you. I'm so sorry, Brenda. Don't worry. I will post this just like I always do, and you should be able to access it at any point, either through here or through YouTube, okay? I don't have yesterday's up on YouTube yet. I just realized that this morning when I woke up. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't get a chance to load up to YouTube yet. Alrighty. Is Grandpa okay? Does Grandpa need a bottle of water, honey?
Maybe. I'll go get a bottle of water.
Okay, you know where the water's at, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go get the new water.
Okay, go get him a bottle of water. Alright, so we got all three done, and we did our chain piecing. And then I think I need a drink of water. Can you hear her out there? Got you some water. Okay. She's so sweet. She loves her grandpa. Yeah, it's supposed to be 10% chance of rain today, but we're supposed to actually have storms tonight. So whatever's over there by you, Miss Brenda, we're probably going to get it here before too long. Did y'all have a chance to see if that came through okay? Or did it pop up into your notifications? You should be able to just take that and print that out. I think that's what I was able to do. And you can print it out black and white, or you can print out. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. Okay, so this one goes over here. And this is why you want to lay it back out again, just to make sure. So basically it's going to look like a funnel for, you know, what you're staring at. So that's what your first one, funnel this way, and then we're going to start going out.
It's like this.
My fan?
It's like your fan.
Yeah, but it's the paper fan, and Grandma doesn't want you to play with the paper fan.
No, I was so hot.
I know. Here, hang on. I know. Hang on. I don't see my fan. Okay, go get my fan. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Here's my fan.
That's your fan?
That's my fan. Okay, so now that we have those laid out, let's go ahead and pin this one to this one, and then we'll come back and get that one. Pin it, or if you feel like you can do it without pinning it, I don't always recommend it. Just, again, check and double check. Oh, sorry, guys. Come over here with me. Okay. Check and double check, because you want to make sure that you're putting the right pieces together. Okay. So now we have another row done. As you see, this part is actually going to work up very, very quickly. We are now 2 rows in, and we only have 4 rows left. Yeah, that's a good one. Lay it all out and take a picture of it. Miss Sheila had a good idea. Just go ahead and lay it all out. And And that way, if something happens that some of the pieces get jumbled up, you can go back and look again and make sure that they're all in the right place. Okay, so there's my funnel, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it this way, and we're going to match up those seams. Looks like something on there got a little whacked out. Let's see. Glasses. I'm not used to needing glasses this much. It's only been, I mean, I've actually, if I was honest with myself, I'm actually almost blind in my left eye. But I didn't know that because my right eye was doing all the work. So when they finally did a test on my eyes years ago, they're like, well, you probably don't have a whole lot longer before we're not going to be able to correct your left eye. But they keep finding new ways to make glasses a little bit stronger. And so fortunately, I've still been able to keep upping my prescription for my eyeglasses. But I can see really good really good in my right eye. But it has been carrying the load all these years, so it's actually taking a beating. Yeah, sweet pea.
I can hear my grandma's TV.
Why don't you watch Yaya for a little bit? On your tablet? Okay, come on over. So Ashley was off yesterday, and Ashley spent probably most of her afternoon helping her with her homework and get her work done. Oh, and she had a Zoom class with her teacher yesterday and all of her student friends. And that was so neat. You know, I love that the teachers are taking that time to, you know, really try to connect with them and have them connect with each other. And it was really sweet. So even though we didn't see it, we got to hear the whole thing. Last one looks like it wants to get out of alignment, so let me just roll it back in there real quick. All right, we're going to iron that big seam open real quick. Come on over here. This is where those big bulky seams really, this thing is great for those bulky seams. What's really neat is when you just run, you're able to run right down there, right down that clapper, and that it opens them right up. Now, when they have these huge bulky seams, it doesn't quite work like that, but it makes such a difference on those seams.
Grandma,
yeah, sweetie, what's up?
I want to turn on so I can hear it very well.
I know, it's going to be a few more minutes, okay?
Why?
Because it was too loud, and I couldn't hear my people.
But I couldn't hear.
I know, but it's gonna have to wait a little bit, okay?
But the fan is so loud than the TV.
Okay, give me a minute and I'll come in and turn it up just a little bit. Okay, next we're gonna lay out that next row, or if you already have it laid out, you could at least turn it off. Okay, and then we're going to use that one, and then another half square triangle, and then another half square triangle. And so you're going to make this box right here, this half a box, half a triangle, or the triangle right there. All right, and then we need another box, another square, and then another half square triangle. All right, so this is what the next one should look like. Making any sense yet? And then once again, we're going to put them together. Sorry, just kind of playing around with it, trying to make sure I got it right. Okay, and these two together, match up that seam. You know, I just had a huge quarter pounder of cheese and now all of a sudden I'm hungry again. What's up with that? That is just weird. You would think all that awful carbs would fill you up for a little while, but no. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's stitch these together. Okay, so this one goes this way. This one goes this way. Sorry, I'm laying them out just so I can see where they go. And that one goes there. All right, perfect. So we're gonna put this one together with this one. I'm gonna come over here and stitch that together real quick. And then we're gonna put this one on here. And this is why it's important to keep checking it to make sure that you have everything going in the right direction, because you may not even realize that when you pick one up, you think you might have the right end, but then when you put it on, you open it up and you realize, oh no, I have sewn the wrong end to the wrong section, or the wrong section to the wrong end. It's just, it happens. I did it yesterday. I'm sure I'll do it again in my future. Who knows? All right. So let's get these seams ironed open. And I'm going to tilt it just a little bit because then it gives my iron a little bit of room here. So how's everybody doing? Is it working up okay for you? Are we getting the seams in here right? Okay, and then we're getting that last seam right there. Then we're going to match this up to the last piece, pin that together, and then stitch them down. And again, we're going to match it, make sure everything looks right, flip it over, grab some pins, and put those seams back together. So this morning, you know, I had to make my run, and I searched everywhere, high and low, for my mask. Could not figure out what I did with my mask. I get home, and of course I find it when I get home, and there it was in the mesh basket I put things into when I want to, one, keep track of them, two, get them into the wash. And I was like, oh, I can't believe I didn't realize it was in there. But of course it's a new process, so just another one of those things I got to try and remember to keep track of. Okay. Now you're going to start having the points where you're going to try and start matching up these points right here. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to that that V in there, and make sure that you have that V with 1/4 of an inch from where you're stitching. So right here is a V area, right here is a V area, and right here is a V area. And so you just want to make sure that when you're stitching over it, and you can use your, you know, use one of your rulers and just take a look, you know, is that V 1/4 inch from the edge, and when you stitch it, make sure you do a true 1/4 of an inch, so that you can make sure that you get some pretty points out of this. And we don't have a lot of points in this one, but it's going to be really pretty when we're done. And I cannot wait to see your block. So please make sure you're posting your block on the SRQ site, so I can see them and see how they're going. And I love to see what colors you picked out too. Because even though this is only a 2-color block, you know, which 2 colors you pick out, sometimes you don't know what you're doing. And so when you're done and you look at it, you're like, wow, those 2 colors work so well together. I actually tried to find something that I haven't used a lot of, and this light purple is one that I've not been getting a lot of use out of. And so I wanted to make sure I included it a little more often into this one. Now I want to just make sure that my seam didn't go all wacky on me. Okay, now we have another seam to iron open. And if we didn't iron this open, a lot of these seams would be really, really way bulky, and your long armor will not appreciate that. Because trust me, your machine makes a really funny noise when you hit one of those lumps. Sometimes you kind of cringe inside. You're like, yikes, that sounded detrimental. Okay. So let me just see if I can push those open a little bit. Mr. Roberta, have you started on a quilt with that fabulous fabric that you won at our last giveaway? Now I gotta find something else to do a giveaway with. All right, so there we are. We are halfway there. Not bad, right? So let's lay that right there. Everybody can see okay? Now the next one is going to be a half square triangle, pointing up like that. And then we got a square, and then another half square triangle. So we're going to create a block right here in the center. So that part's going to be easy. And then another square, and then another half square triangle. All right, so there we have it. There's the whole next row. Let's go ahead and pin those together. You know, it really is a beautiful collection, and I was so happy that I had the strips and the what they call the chips to be able to give that out. You know, sometimes it's so nice to have a jelly roll, but it's even better when you have a set of 5-inch squares to go with it. So I'm so glad you got that, and I can't wait to see what you decide to put that together in. And you know, you can even search YouTube and search the internet for patterns that use jelly rolls and charm packs, and get some really, really interesting combinations. Because even some of the ones I've been researching for that I've had to just dissect for the jelly roll, oftentimes calls for like a 4-inch square in the center, or a 5-inch square, or even, you know, something more odd. So you'd be surprised what's out there. So just take your time. There's plenty of time for you to figure out what you want to do with it. So when I was at McDonald's today, just picking up a little bit of food. By the way, that place was busy. Drive-through, of course, but it was really hopping. They had people practically wrapped around the building. But I did notice that their masks are really cool. They're black, and they have, it's like the material goes all the way up around their ears, instead of having like elastic. But it was really, really neat. I like the design of it. And I thought I had seen that before, but they're just really kind of cool. But that's what I was working on when I got back, as I started working on the freebie masks, the ones that we give to the hospitals and stuff, and the pleateds. So I'm back to doing my free ones, which I'm kind of glad. Sometimes the ones that people order, it's more stressful than the ones you give away. All right, so we're just going to open that up real quick, make sure everything looks good. That goes there, and then this one goes here, and we're going to pin one more time, this one to this one. Okay. That's one. Open it up, take a look, make sure, and then I'm going to flip that other one over. Again, you know, lay it out, recheck it, make sure it's right where you want it, and that you're not putting the wrong end to the wrong piece. So check, check, double check. Alrighty. And you know, if you're not sure about patterns, sometimes your friends have some really great ideas. I mean, that's kind of what I've done with this. When I got to about 12, 15, whatever, you know, I just put a call out there and I said, listen, you know, if you've got a pattern, I'm open to suggestions. I mean, not that there aren't plenty out there, but you know what? Sometimes other people have some of the coolest stuff hiding in their stashes. And that's kind of what I was relying on, is somebody having a really cool block or something in their stash. And that's where these, pretty much the last 4 or 5, maybe even 6 have been from you guys. You have donated your favorite blocks, or something you saw in a magazine that you would like to do. And I love that. Thank you so much. My throat's gonna dry again. Ooh, I feel so much better. I love that little circle cup because it I can dial in flavor. So if I want a little bit of flavor, I just dial it up just a little bit. If I want a lot of flavor in my water, and it's all water and just a little bit of flavoring. Plus the different cartridges come with, like, one will maybe have electrolytes in it, one might be for energy, or one could be just for hydration. It's really cool, and I love it. My daughter introduced me to it, and I've enjoyed it ever since. I even got my little one my little 12 ounce bottle. But I found I do go through a lot more fill-ups if I use the little one. So I'm back to my big one again. All right, it's coming along. It's looking great, right? Okay, let's go ahead and put these together. Now, fortunately, as I'm laying this down, for the most part, these seams are lining right up, which is so nice. Especially because we have some points right here on these. So we want to make sure, again, that we're at 1/4 inch on that. But if you do have a seam that's not quite where you want it, it's okay to just kind of ease that fabric in a little bit. And all that means is you're just going to, as you're stitching, you're going to feed a little bit of extra fabric in at a time. And granted, you can't do it a lot, but you can ease a little bit in. And as a long arm quilter, I've had to ease in fabric on my long arm too. In fact, I'm getting quite good at that. Because even my own fabrics, my own quilts that I do on there, I find are not always exactly straight. And they're not always exactly even. So it's not like only everybody else does it. I do it too. Okay, get to the end of this one. Row number 4 is almost complete. I'm going to ease in just a little bit of fabric here on the end. All right, got it. Hopefully it didn't slide. I hate it when the fabric slides a little bit. Yeah, it did slide just a little, but that's okay. It still looks really good. All right. So here's my ends. Not perfect, but pretty darn close. And probably with the, when we're done stitching them down to the other blocks, you probably won't even notice it. And then those points right there, they actually turned out pretty good. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Okay, so we're gonna move that down, move that up here. All right, let's give that seam a quick run over. I do miss the music. Man, I miss the music. All right. I think my husband is listening to the news. I just do not listen to it. They don't have a whole lot of good to say. Period. Alrighty. We are getting there. We are so close. Okay, and we're just going to lay out the next one. I'm going to pull this up a little bit so you can see it a little better. So that's going to go this way. Now our funnel is going to be coming in this way. Our last 2 pieces, solid pieces. And then there's that one and one on the end. All right, back to pinning. So I'm wondering, does anybody know the name of this block by chance? I don't know the name of it. I think I've seen it before, but I do not know what this block is called. Does anybody know the name of this block? here. Let's get these put together. I need to put down like what the name of this block is. Should we call it opposites of funnels? Opposite funnels? I'm sure it has a name. It must have a name. Turn it down just a little bit. Turn it down a little bit. That's up. There you go. Thank you. So now we have a little bit of, a little more quiet. I think he turned it up there at the, just towards the end. My poor husband, here he is out on the patio, so he won't disturb me. And I'm still fussing at him about the volume on his phone. You should hear him at night with his computer. It's like, whoa. Put some headphones on, dear. What?
I want to eat.
You had a whole bunch of French fries not that long ago. Of course, I was real hungry here not that long ago too. Go talk to Grandpa. Maybe he can make you some mac and cheese. Well, at least it's not all chicken nuggets. You know, so many kids, they like the chicken nuggets. She's not a big fan of chicken nuggets, but she does like some mac and cheese, and not the regular kind, not the kind that we all grew up on. Hers is the mac and cheese that's it's the mac and cheese that comes in the Easy Mac, the kind you can put in the microwave. All right, we're gonna leave that right there. We're gonna come over here. How are we doing on time, everybody? Not too bad. How did it wind up being 4:50? Are you sure? Are we sure it's 4:53? Because I sure thought we could get through this in plenty of time. But we are almost done. After this one is the last row. Okay? So we are getting there. Hopefully nobody's waiting for dinner. It's a wonder the dog hasn't come and attacked me, because she's a 5 o'clock eater, and at 5 o'clock she wants her food. But Ashley's not here, so I'm thinking she knows she's not going to get fed until Ashley gets here. All right. It's probably all that ironing. It's probably what's taking so long. I swear we just looked at the clock and it was like 4 o'clock. Now it's almost 5 o'clock. All right, pressing those seams open. Well, yesterday's was so fast that we made it right through there in no time. We were off before even 4:30. Today, we're making up for it and then some. Okay. Move this out of the way. For a minute there, I thought I had it upside down. All right, I'm gonna pin that. Make sure our seams are straight. So I rewatched Jumanji, the very first one, for the first time in years. I forgot how funny that was. But I think so far my favorite is the second Jumanji, the Welcome to the Jungle one. I love the one with Danny DeVito and Danny Glover, but I don't know, the first one just cracks me up. So, you know, this is where if you don't look at it, you're gonna wind up putting it on there wrong. Because I thought it looked good, but the minute I peeled it back, I was like, nah, that seems not together. Okay, that looks good. All right, now we are all ready. Oops, sorry. Come join me. Don't tell us. I think tonight it's going to wind up being tacos or something. I don't know. My husband asked me if I'd taken anything out for dinner. I was like, no, I had not. I am definitely not prepared for today. Of course, last night, instead of making dinner, we just ordered Panera. Oh, I forgot how good it was. Oh, it was so good. I had their they have their corn chowder out right now. It's a seasonal dish, and oh, it is so good. It wasn't spicy, and oh, how good was that? And then I had the Fuji apple salad. That's my favorite. That's my go-to salad. The Fuji apple salad. There we go. That seems exceptionally bulky. And then if you just give it a little nudge with the iron, it opens it right up. Okay, y'all, we are on the last row. Last row. Okay. So let's flip this over this way. And I don't know, I might have it upside down. It may have to turn the other way. I'm not sure. But I've been kind of going along this way the whole time, so I think I'll stick to it. Okay, so there's a square and another square. And then we're going to take a half square triangle, and it's pointing down. And we're going to take another half square triangle, and it's pointing down, making, of course, another triangle here. And then a square and a square. All right, so let's pin these two together. And then these two together. And then these two together. All right. So come on, let's get this last one together. We're doing good, y'all. And if you keep doing really, really good on those points, before you know it, you'll be able to do those without even blinking an eye. It'll be like an old friend. I think that's probably everybody's biggest thing, is trying to get those points just right. Okay, come on over. We're going to lay these out real quick just to make sure we have them in the right area. It is officially 5 o'clock, y'all. Okay, Looks good. We got it laid out. And now we're going to pin it together. You know, last night it didn't seem to take this long. But I think I'm actually doing it faster now than I was last night when I was doing the test run. And then we're just going to kind of lay it out here, make sure that everything is in the right direction, and pin that last one. Oh, my tummy is growling. Hard to believe I ate dinner at lunch not that long ago. Oh well. Okay. Iron, strip, clapper, or pressing bar, whichever you call it. So funny, when we first started this, I didn't know the name of these things, but I sure did like mine. I didn't know what it was, but I liked it. All right. We are so close to the end, y'all. All right. Got that iron. Now we're going to match it up real quick. Make sure that it is where we want it. Flip it over. Let's pin it and get it sold. Sewn. 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 Sewed. Stitched. I think that's Mickey. I think I'm hearing Mickey in there. Anybody else grow up on the Mickey Mouse Club? I know I did. Black and white. Black and white Mickey Mouse Club. Okay, come on over here. Okay. This last block is on there good. Okay. Alrighty. Now, does anybody have any questions about this block? I'm going to hold it up here in just a second, and I'll iron it later. Just that last little row. But here we go. Ta-da! I'm liking the colors. What do you think? So this should have you at 12 by 12. So 6 rows across and 6 rows down. 12 by 12. Well, 12 and a half by 12 and a half. And that's what all of our blocks should be. We'll put these together. Well, we only have a couple more days and we're going to start putting it together. Isn't that exciting? I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. It was another wonderful day. Sorry that ran so late. I had no idea it was going to take that long. But we did a great job. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to see what everybody has done with this one and what two fabrics that you selected. Or maybe you decided to mix it up and do a whole bunch of colors. I don't know. That's up to you. I know I only selected 2, and that's what I put on for the cutting instructions. So y'all have a wonderful evening. Make sure you post it. I really, really, really want to see it. I'm very excited to see it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you tomorrow.